Hi everybody, it's Juliet here. I'm sorry I've been away since before December, or before Christmas. I've just been really busy working on my new jewelry line for Jules and Rose. So I've not had time to do any tutorials, but I wanted to pop in here and do a Valentine's themed bracelet for you. So I came up with this concept this morning. I was kind of thinking in my head, and I had to rush off and start beading. And it started off like I wanted to do kind of hearts that were like off-centered, I guess. So I came up with this, and then I was worried about this losing its shape, because if that flips out, suddenly it doesn't look like a heart, it just looks like a blob. So then I was like, okay, I need to fill it to hold the middle down. So then I did these two, and then I was like, okay, that's kind of cute. So then I tried it with filling with the self color. I tried a slightly bigger seed bead. These are Miyuki, and this is Matsuno. And then I was like, well, I kind of don't like how boxy this heart looks. Like, can I make it more rounded? So then I tried adding in some 15-ohs around the edges, and that sort of softened the heart, I thought, and with little red in the middle. I thought that was really cute, and my daughter loves it, so I'm gonna make a little bracelet for her. So as you can see, if you do every other heart, you're going to end up with like all one color on one side and the other color on the other side. So what I've decided I'm going to do for her is 2 with the white seed beads on the edge, and then a silver, and then 2 white, and then a silver. That way the silvers will kind of just give a pop of sparkle when she's wearing it. But it'll be like every other, so it'll swap sides. So it's not like one side's all silver and one side's all white. Anyway, this is really quick, easy, fun little project. So let's get into it. So all you need are seed beads and your beading needle and some Fireline. I'm using the 6-pound in crystal Fireline. And these are the Ceylon White Miyuki 11-oh and 15-oh. So you need matching color. So 11-oh and 15-oh of those, and these are just silver lined, regular clear. Again, Miyuki in 11-oh and 15-oh, and then these are actually these might be Toho, actually, maybe not. Anyway, some red silver lined. I've put on about 3, maybe 3.5, maybe 4 feet of thread, just a comfortable length. And then, so what we're going to do is we're going to find that's about 4-5 inches, I guess. I'm going to save that as my tail, so I'm just going to hold that there with my thumb so I know where the end of my working thread is. And we're going to pick up 12 of our seed beads. So that's 3. That's 6. That's 9. And that's 12. So that should be 12. Okay, so 12 of our seed beads, and just push that down to where your fingers are. And then we're just going to go through, so this is where my tail is. I'm just going to go through the very first seed bead after the tail to make a loop. And just pull that, and that should make a little ring. So now we're going to start forming a heart. And I think this next one is going to be like the dip in the heart. So we've gone through, we're coming out here. We're just going to skip this guy and we're going to go into the next seed bead. Now, what may happen is yours might want to go out this way, like this, when you pull that. But if that happens and it wants to go out, you can just take your needle like I've done and stick your needle in the hole and pull it until it goes in. Try and force it to go inwards. Now we're going to pick up a 15-0 and we're going to go into the next bead. So we're starting to form the humps on our heart. Oh, sorry, and then we're going to pick up another one, another 15-0, and go into the next 3 beads. Now we're going to skip this. This is going to be our point of our heart. So we're going to skip that one and we're going to go up the next 3 beads. And that should stick out. If it goes in, just take your needle and pull it out so that it's sticking out. Then we're going to, again, pick up a 15-0, go into the next bead, and one more time, pick up a 15-0 and go into the next bead and down through the middle of the heart. So you're going to go through 2 beads there. Okay. Now, if you want, you can leave this hollow to put your clasp through it. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with my clasps, so I'm just going to pretend that this is my first one. If you're going to leave this hollow, just go right round until you're coming out of this second bead to the point. So not the point, but this one. But I'm going to show you how to fill this if you want to fill this in. All you have to do is pick up one, so I'm coming out the middle of the point of the heart there. All you have to do is pick up one of your 11-0s, and remember these 3 that we went through in one shot, the 3 before the point. You're going to go into the second one, heading down towards the point. And when you pull that, that should just pop like right up into this area. Now you're going to pick up another one, and you're going to look across the way here, and the second of these 3, you're going to go into that one in an upwards direction, because here we're going down, so we're still kind of going in a circular motion. So just like that. And when you pull that, he will pop in there. And then one more. Now, don't pull these terribly tight, because what happens if you pull too tight on these is this middle one gets pulled really far in, and it kind of distorts the cuteness of the heart a little bit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go up through into the middle of the point there, and then I'm just going to work my way around to where I said if you were leaving it hollow. Okay, and sometimes they have a little trouble fitting in there. Whoop. I don't know, these look bigger to me. They might be Toho. So there's our first little heart. So we're going to work our way around. So we're not coming out the point, we're going to come out right before the point. Okay, so I'm coming out just before, I'm not coming out here, I'm coming out here. We're going to pick up 12 more seed beads. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, and then we're going to work in the opposite direction. So we've been going this way, now we're going to go this way. So we're going to come through that bottom seed bead there, just like that, okay? And we're going to pass through the first one that we just added of those 12. And now if you look here, where we are is right here. So we're coming out this one. So now we have to do the like the dip in the heart and then form the rest of the heart. So the way we do that is we skip the next seed bead and we go into the bead after. And it might want to pop out like that. Again, just take your needle and tell it where to go. Just be like, no, seed bead, you're going in. Okay. Again, pick up a 15. Go through the next 11. Another 15. So there's always 2 15s on the hump. And then we're going down 3. We're going to skip the base. We're going to go up the next 3. And see, he wants to go in. I'm like, nope, you're going to listen to me. You're going out. So just kind of form your heart as you're going. Here we go, picking up another 15. We're going into the next bead. Now here, I'm not adding a 15 because this corner bead here is already kind of acting like the 15. So I'm actually going to skip this bead right here that's like at the point of the heart. I'm just going to pretend he's not there and I'm going to go into the next bead. That is like my 15, so I'm skipping him. And when I pull, he should kind of pop out a little bit. Okay, so we've made it around the heart, so we're going to go into the middle seed bead. If I can do it without throwing my work around. Okay. And we're going to fill this heart in. So again, we pick up one of our red ones. We look for the middle of these 3 and we go into that. Then we pick up another one and we look for the middle of these 3. We go into that. And finally, the last one back into the point of the heart. And then I'm just going to carry on around the edge. sometimes you have to kind of fiddle with the beads to get them into the position that you want them. Just do it as you go, so that you know you've got the right tension where you're going. Okay, so then we continue down these 3, and we're not going in the point, so just forget the point. Okay, so this is where I'm going to do a silver one next. So again, you're going to pick up 12. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let me just double check that that is correct. 5, 10, 12. Yeah. Okay. And I'm going into the base of the heart. Okay, so this time the point of our heart is like on this side. So what we're going to do is we're only going to go through the first one, and we're going to pick up one of our 15 O's, and then we're going to go through 3. So we're already forming, the 3's kind of run like down the middle of the bracelet. So we've gone through 3, then this is our point, so we're skipping that, and we're going up the next 3. And he wants to go in, so I'm pulling him out. And then we're picking up a 15-0 and going into the next 11-0. Getting our thread caught. And again, picking up another 15-0, going into the next 11-0. And then here we have to form our point, the point of our heart. So we're skipping this next bead, which is an 11-0, and we're going into the next 11-0. And make sure he's going to go in and not out. And then we're back here. We need to skip this, because this is like our last 15-0, the point there. So I'm going to go through the next 11-0, the next 15-0, and then I'm going to start filling in the inside. So I'm going to only work through these two of these 3. So the first 2 of those 3. And then again, we're going to fill in with the red, find the second one on the opposite side. So it doesn't matter whether you're starting at the top or whether you're starting on the side, just as long as you fill it all in. Then we'll go through the middle of the dip of the heart. And the last one goes back into the second bead of that group of 3. Okay, so that's that heart finished. So again, we're going to go down one more. And we're going to pick up 12 beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I'm going to come through the bottom of the heart. Okay, so this is like this one here. We're still working this direction, but we need to do the point of the heart first. So if you get confused, you can always look like, where is the line that only has 115.0, and then you'll know that the opposite line will have 115.0. So this has to be the hump side. So you're going to work through the first bead, and then you're going to put your little dip, so you're going to skip the next one and work through the third, and look, he wants to go to the outside, so I'm going to push him on the inside. Then I'm going to get a 15.0, whoops, go into the next bead. Stop it. Behave. Behave you. That's why I wanted to fill in these hearts, just so that I know that he's going to be held down. He might be stubborn, but he's going to be held down. Okay, another 15.0, and then through 3. Skip the point. Up the next 3, pick up a 15.0, into the next bead, and then this is like our next 15.0, so we're going to skip it and go into the next one and into the point, which again has gone upwards because he's a stubborn little guy. We're going to take care of that right now. Pick up one of our red beads. So the second one is this one of the group of 3. So yeah, that should hold him down. Keep him where he's supposed to be. Into the second of the group of 3. And into the point of the heart and around again onto the next one. So it goes, once you get the hang of it, it goes quite quickly. It's just in the beginning it can be a little bit like, what am I doing? I don't know. So basically whenever you're doing it, you're always going to do like the hump of the heart, and then one that's not the hump of the heart, and then one that is the hump of the heart, and then one that's not the hump of the heart. So if you can just remember which bit you're on, that'll help. I will come back and show you what it looks like once I've done a bit in a minute. Okay, so I've been beading for a little while, and I've got, I don't know, probably 4 inches. I need to do about another inch, and then leave room for like the clasp and everything. Hopefully you're not too confused. I know it can be a little bit confusing where you are. So when you're coming out from your second to last one, you're always going to loop back around to the opposite side through the base. And then you're either just, you're always going to go then, once you've done your 12, you're always going to go through the first bead of the 12 that you just added, whichever, whether it's one of these hearts or one of those hearts, you're always going to go through the first one. And then you're either going to skip one to make the point of your heart, or you're just going to add a 15 and then go through 3. So that's how you can kind of remember where you are in the pattern. I know that some of you will struggle. If you're just a beginner, you're going to struggle with this. But I just wanted to kind of show it to you. So what I would do for the clasp is I would just make a little loop of seed beads, reinforce a few times, and what I always do, because you don't know what kind of clasp people like. Some people can't handle like a magnetic clasp, and some people, or they don't like them because they fall apart, or they, get magnetized onto things and come off. Some people can't do lobster claw, some people prefer. So what I always do is I just make a loop of beads. Let me see if I can find a bracelet that's lying around here with a clasp. Okay. Yeah, here's one. Okay, so what I always do is I make a loop. Well, I always make a diamond, but that's like my signature style. But make a loop of beads, and then you can put jump rings. And I usually put 2 jump rings through my beaded bit, because see how like that's not quite, there's always like a join where the thread could slip, so I always do 2. And then I connect from there. For instance, here I've done a lobster claw. So never work your clasp directly into your beadwork, because if it breaks, like the clasp breaks, you're stuffed because it's part of your beadwork. You can't change it. But yeah, if you work just a loop and then attach your clasp using other means, like on this one, you can change it. Say somebody goes, oh, I don't like that clasp. You can easily just change your jump ring and change your clasp. And it's like, you don't have to rework the whole bracelet. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put a little, I'm going to put a little diamond, and then whatever kind of clasp I think is suitable. But anyway, hopefully, I just think this is a cute little, Valentine's Day project, or Galentine's Day. Give it to your girlfriend, whatever. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Thank you again for watching. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed, and that way you'll know when I do upload another video. My goal was to do one a week, but obviously that's not happening, so I'll try and do that as often as I can. Thanks for watching. Bye!